So I have a little bit of a busy day today. A couple things to be on the lookout for. Mr. Brown's coming in with his Cervelo. It was apparently it was crashed on the road, some kind of a car incident. So we'll have to do like a crash eval on that. Make sure to write it up appropriately. It looks like the wheel may have went bad. The derailleur went into the spokes, it looks like. So there might be some frame damage, or look at the hanger, but you know the deal. Look at the whole bike. I saw this receipt there too. What's the deal with that one?
We got a BMX crank coming in. Guys building up a new frame.
JRA incoming.
So that's not the way my life actually goes, but it is always an adventure. So I've been at Race Pace for about 15 years now. I started working for Alex when I was 17 back in high school. I've worked here ever since. It's an awesome job. I worked here semi-full-time throughout college while I was earning my degree at Towson. A lot of you have seen me in the Ellicott City stores. I've transitioned to the Columbia store where I'm based out of now. So throughout this whole process, Alex Obrecht has been great. He has been incredibly supportive of my passion to work closely with professional athletes. Race Pace is a full-time job for me, and working with these race teams is definitely not a full-time job. It is a very part-time job that takes place at the busiest point of the year for Race Pace. So having Alex be supportive of my passion to do these events, a big thank you to him. He is phenomenal. He's an amazing boss, and I can't thank him enough for giving me the opportunity to work these races this summer. This summer I have the opportunity to work for the Trek World Racing Downhill program. After a 2-year apprenticeship, they asked me to join their squad as a staff full-time mechanic, which essentially means that I will be attending all 7 of the UCI World Cups, which are primarily in Europe this season. I will also be doing the UCI World Championships, which are hosted in Andorra. I'll also be doing races in Canada at Mount St. Anne and Windham, New York. So one of the big questions that I always get is, how did I get this opportunity and how did I get my start being a professional mechanic on the race scene? And it all goes back to coming out of high school when I started at Race Pace. The head mechanic back in Ellicott City, his name was Sean, and he happened to be the head mechanic for Trek's East Coast factory team. And I kind of apprenticed under Sean. He took me under his wing and showed me the ropes, so to speak. I did a bunch of races as a teenager back then, helping Sean out. Sean eventually got the call up to go to the larger Trek national team, which left a vacancy in the Trek East Coast factory team. John Posner actually managed that team back then. A lot of you guys will know John from our new Ellicott City store. So I ended up taking Sean's job on the East Coast factory team. So John Posner and myself, and some of the athletes back then would be Chris Etoff, Jeremiah Bishop, among many others. So I've been all over the world with Trek Volkswagen. I got to go all over Europe. I've been all over the United States with them, South Africa, doing the ABSA Cape Epic race one year. So a lot of experience traveling all over with Trek Volkswagen. So for many years there, my life was pretty simple. I was a single person. I worked at Race Pace. I got to ride my bike. I got to live with my close best friends. A pretty simple life. I got to bike tour in the winters. I got to work at Race Pace in the summers full time, and life was pretty simple. Then along came Amber, who's my beautiful, loving wife. Her and I are expecting our first child very, very soon here. So life has gotten much more complex now that I own a house, I'm married to an amazing person. I'm starting a new family, of course. And there's a lot to balance there. But I also have this amazing opportunity to travel the world with Truck World Racing and be a staff mechanic for that program. So I'm constantly finding myself having to balance all these things and make time for myself, my child, my wife, and both of my jobs. So it's going to be a very, very trying, difficult summer. Looking forward to it. And we'll see how it goes.